Home sweet home. This will be my home for the next couple days. I am back in Alaska. I thought I would start my Alaska journeys a little bit early this year. And this trip is going to be something totally new for me. This is a brand new location that I've never been to before. And there's some new animals here that I'm hoping to find that I've never photographed before. But before I get into all of that, I'm actually going to get out with my camera. It's been an extremely long day getting here, and I'm going to tell you all about it in a little bit. But first, I want to get out with my camera. It's about 11:30 p.m. right now, so it's almost midnight. But you know, this is what they refer to as the land of the midnight sun, and there is some awesome wildlife out there that I really want to photograph. So I'm going to turn this off, grab my camera, and see what I can get before it gets too dark, because I am losing light fairly quickly out there. So let's do that, and I will fill you in a little bit. This place is absolutely amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. I think the best way I could describe it out here is just mind-blowing. My mind is literally blown right now at the amount of wildlife out here and just the variety of species. So I'm out in Alaska, like I mentioned before, and I'm out hoping to photograph different seabirds. My main priorities are puffins, specifically horned puffins and tufted puffins. Those are my two big priorities on this trip. But I will take whatever other seabirds I can find out here. There's tons out here, and I'll just photograph everything that I can get in front of my camera. But the puffins are my main priority. I'm out in the middle of the Bering Sea right now. This is an area that I've wanted to visit since, I mean, it's been years. There's just something that's always drawn me to this area, like given me a desire to want to visit this area and photograph the wildlife up here. So I'm finally out here, and I'm just I'm thrilled to be out here, and just the little amount of time that I was just outside photographing stuff, I already saw such a huge variety of birds, and so many birds. I don't know if I've ever seen that much wildlife condensed ever. I mean, just birds everywhere. It's, like I said, my mind is literally blown. This is amazing out here. Just getting out here has been quite the adventure. I'm not going to go through everything that I went through to get here. It was quite the learning process. I think next time I come out here it'll be a lot quicker, but you know, sometimes you just have to go through this trial and error phase when you're trying new things, going to new places, and I learned a lot coming out here. But it's taken me a few days to get out here, and I haven't had much sleep really throughout those few days, so I apologize. I'm just really exhausted right now, but you know, today was a lot of fun. The last leg of my trip getting out here, I actually hopped on this old fishing boat and you know, ventured out into the Bering Sea to get here. And it took about 6 hours on this old fishing boat with some pretty choppy water, but a lot of cool wildlife, a lot of birds flying around, and I got to meet some really cool people. So it's just been quite the adventure getting here, and you guys know me, that's part of what I love about photography. It's just the story and the adventure that comes along with it. So follow along with me this week as I hopefully photograph those puffins. I already saw some tonight and got a couple pictures, which I'm just thrilled that I've already been able to find them. The puffins, the other seabirds out here, and there's another critter that I'm looking for out here, and I will let you guys know what that is in the morning or tomorrow sometime as I go out and look for it a little bit. And it's probably something that I'm even more excited about than the puffins, so I'll let you know what that is tomorrow. But this is, I can already tell this is going to be a phenomenal trip out here. I'm so excited to be here and to be able to share this with you guys. But right now I'm gonna hit the sack. It's about midnight, just after midnight right now, and there's still a little bit of light out there, but it's gonna get dark here soon, and then shortly after it's gonna get light again. So I'm gonna get what sleep I can while I can, and yeah, and then I'll see you guys in just a few hours, and we'll go look for more wildlife out there. So I'll see you in the morning. Hey everyone, good morning. I'm still just like giddy about being out here. This is one of the coolest places I have ever been in my whole life. It is just amazing out here. I'm just constantly blown away at how much wildlife there is. I came out early this morning to photograph these birds. There's plenty of them. There's never not something to photograph. There are just so many birds out here. There's so much wildlife, and not just these seabirds, but just different small songbirds and stuff as well. There's some shorebirds down by the water down there. There's just so much to photograph out here. I'm just overwhelmed with how much there is that I'm trying to get. I've already filled up a couple memory cards, and I haven't even been here that long. It's just, it has been amazing out here. I'm loving it. I slept so well last night. I didn't wake up once last night. And I woke up, came out here, and I've just been spending time with these birds out here. It's so refreshing. The air is just so clear. There's so many flowers everywhere. This sea mist that's coming off the water this morning just feels so nice. I'm loving it out here. Absolutely loving it. It's been so much fun. So yeah, I'm photographing these birds right now, and I'm gonna head out and go on some hikes and start looking for the other animal that I was talking about last night that I'm really hoping to photograph. Probably my #1 wish for this trip, and that is Arctic foxes. So you guys know me, you know how much I love foxes and photographing them, and Arctic foxes are the only species of North American fox that I have yet to observe and photograph. So that's one of my big wishes or goals for this trip is Arctic foxes. So I'm gonna finish up with some of these birds here, and then I'm gonna head out, start looking for foxes. It's just a species I've wanted to photograph for decades now, literally. Since I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, I've wanted to photograph Arctic foxes. So let's get some more of these birds, and then set out and go hiking, see what we can find. That didn't take nearly, sorry, I am so happy right now. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. I've got some Arctic foxes up here. I actually found a little den, and it didn't take long at all. So I saw one just after I checked in with you guys. I was with the birds, and I looked over, and there was a fox literally right there. And you know, sorry, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you guys how excited I am right now. So there is a fox right there, and it just kind of scampered away a little bit. And so I followed at a distance, not very far. And just over here in some rocks, there's a den with, I've counted 2 kits so far. But Arctic foxes generally have pretty big litters, so I'm thinking there's more, but these kits are already pretty old. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there's a den just over here. And let me tell you guys, these foxes are so pretty. They are just gorgeous, and it feels so good to see them. I can't even describe it. It's like emotional for me, just because I have wanted to photograph and just see an Arctic fox for, like I said before, the majority of my life, like 3/4 of my life. I love these northern, like, Arctic species, and it's just like an emotional experience for me. Just a lot of excitement and just, yeah, rather strong emotions. So I'm gonna turn this off and work on getting some of these foxes. The adults look a little bit nervous, so I'm pretty far back, and I'll stay back here, see if they start to get used to me a little bit. The kits don't really seem to care much, so I'm gonna see what I can get, and I'm loving it out here. And my time out here, it's already been just absolutely amazing. I haven't even been here very long. You know, I just got in last night, and it's already been such a special experience for me. So let's turn this off and focus on these foxes, focus on the birds the next couple days that I'm out here, and I'm just excited to show you guys what I can get out here. I spent the next few days doing what I love most,
immersing myself in nature. My days were filled with exploring, hiking, wildlife observation, and of course, plenty of photography. I spent time with the Arctic foxes and finally got the adults more used to me. I was able to photograph this den of foxes and other foxes as well, but we'll talk more about that next week. The rest of my time was spent with the multitude of seabirds. I would wake up early at first light and spend the majority of the day, sometimes even past midnight, with the many species of birds that nest in and frequent this area. The days were long and taxing, but the resulting images were well worth the physical and mental exhaustion. As these were all species that I had never photographed before, I spent most of my time focused on getting still images rather than video footage. Even though the days were extremely long, they passed quickly, and it soon came time for me to bid farewell to this amazing, magical place.
What an amazing trip this has been. This is by far one of my favorite trips that I have ever been on. Some of my favorite animals that I've ever photographed. My top bird that I enjoyed photographing out here was definitely the Tufted Puffin. Such cool looking birds and so much fun to photograph. Close second would have to be the Horned Puffin, followed by the Parakeet Auklet. Just so much fun. And those are just 3 species of many that I was able to photograph out here. And you know, the best of all, in my opinion, were those Arctic foxes. I had so much fun the last couple days seeing the Arctic foxes around, being able to get some pictures of them. The scenery out here has just been phenomenal. It's been such a fun trip. Definitely one of my favorites I've ever been on in all the places that I've been able to go over the years. This is a close one right at the top there. I've had so much fun. Unfortunately, it's time for me to get packed up already and about time to hit the road. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's video. It's just been such a fun adventure. I've learned so much out here. I've learned more efficient ways of getting out here and planning the trip and everything out here. It's been phenomenal for me, not just picture and video content related, but just education, getting to know the people and getting to know the area and how to more efficiently do this trip. So it has been wonderful. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'd love to hear in the comments what you think of this trip, of the different animals I've been able to photograph, because in my opinion it's been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for following along. I hope you've enjoyed. Stay safe out there, you guys. I'll see you next time.